Hey guys, and welcome back to Players Disconnected. It's been fucking
3 years.
3 years?
4 years. Close.
No, pretty close to 4.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Pretty close. Pretty close. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I guess we did stop in Illinois, and now we're in Minnesota.
Yep. By the way, we moved. So that's
I
a
mean,
thing
if
that
the
happened.
sudden change in set
Scenery.
hasn't...
Yeah.
We can still move within the state.
State,
That's
yeah.
possible.
That's
Yeah.
possible. Like, we've moved.
Well, the
Out
just
of
sudden
the state.
change of set would be like... Well,
True.
we're
We've
there now.
never been
Days
able to use a
away.
white wall before, so that's at least a little different.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a perfect green screen.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
So I
it's
thought-
not that great, but it'll do.
It could do.
Just get a green
Well,
screen.
it'll probably catch
Yeah.
this, that.
Yeah, just get a
Us.
green screen.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh shit. Oh shit, dude.
But yeah, our lives have changed drastically since we last recorded.
Yeah.
Yes, they have.
Yeah.
Including the trip to get up here in the first place.
Mhm.
Did
That
not
was,
work the first few times for
Pretty
us
interesting
three.
for you guys.
Yeah. I think that's what this episode of the podcast is essentially going to be, us catching you guys up on a lot of the stuff that's happened kind of since we stopped recording up to now, because it's been a good amount of stuff that's happened, like, for all of us.
Yeah, but
So.
a good amount of it was just not doing anything.
Our initial stop was because all of us had like really conflicting schedules.
Right.
Very
Unfortunately,
much
yeah,
so.
a lot of there wasn't a lot of behind the scenes stuff with the channel. We just kind of stopped. But as far as like personal life things that happened, there was a lot that went on.
Yeah, we all had jobs.
Had
We all
your
didn't
jobs,
work right.
yeah.
keyword.
And then we switched jobs.
Then we switched jobs and had
Like-
the same job.
Because I mean, people that come from my channel, they know I used to work at Walmart.
Mhm.
Don't do that anymore.
No.
But I didn't do a name drop on my channel either. It literally came from
Hey, you just...
a sand mine.
Yeah.
I worked with the computer side of it. This one was a machine operator.
Yeah.
That one was lab. Kind of the same dealio.
I mean, I was a little
I-
bit everywhere, really.
I
So
did
was Henry.
everything.
So was Henry.
I did literally
Towards the end of it, I
everything.
mean.
I did the computer side.
Didn't you start with like maintenance?
Yeah.
Well, I did what you did
Oh yeah, I forgot about
for a good
Oh.
month.
That was a fun
So-
thing.
That was like right before
Henry
we
was
started.
there.
Yeah.
Henry was there this Santa Planet job before all of us, so he was doing a lot of stuff.
And then I
With,
did
like, a
boots on the
skeleton crew.
ground. Then I did maintenance. And then I did some loader. Did some
Yeah, that's right,
hauling.
because you at the time in the 980
Yeah.
loading the wet side for a little while there.
Yep.
I
And
was
then
supposed to get my chance and never fucking did.
yeah, because you suck.
Hey, okay. It was
And then I
actually
did
1
some-
year ago yesterday that I started running that loader.
Yeah, and every day you gave me a fucking wet bucket, you son of a bitch.
And then I did
At the same fucking time.
loadout.
It's like fucking clockwork with you.
And then Jordy had the same job throughout the whole thing. Sean had
Loved it.
2 jobs.
We'll put quotes on that. Loved it.
Yeah. Matt had a couple.
In comparison to Walmart, I should say.
Wow.
I was on the ground, working with machinery and stuff like that, and then I took Seth's job. So our friend Seth was working in the lab. Then he became a lead,
Yeah.
our plant lead. So I took his job. That was pretty fun. It personally. I know you didn't really like being.
Yeah, I couldn't
but-
stay in the lab. Loadout, no problem.
Yeah,
Lab,
same.
no.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, that loadout area had 2 jobs. 'Cause loadout itself was going out onto the rail cars, and then lab was working with all the computers on the inside, taking samples and, writing down all the
Paperwork.
numbers, paperwork, a lot of paperwork.
Paperwork.
A lot of
but-
paperwork.
Paperwork and testing.
Fixing errors.
Yeah.
Well,
From-
yeah.
from night
that's
shift.
Not,
That it got less hectic with night shift a little bit later on. Less hectic. It was still hectic, but less so. Seth would tell me, he's like, yeah, every day I would come into work, there would be at least 2 errors a day
Oh yeah.
that Aubrey would bring
would,
to us. It went down to 1 error a day, so that's progress. But yeah, I was
Yeah.
taking over that job, so I
I
had
mean,
to
they
deal
didn't
with
load out
the
that
errors.
much.
No, they really didn't.
Unless they had to, unless it was like a Tuesday.
Which is
or-
what makes it worse that they had 2 errors a
Thursday.
day. Yeah, it was maybe like
Like
Out
a
of-
day
out
that
of-
we
at the
had a
most,
day.
it was like
Out of
half
8 cars, it was 1 or 2.
At the most, it was like half of the production we did during the day shift. So they had a good period of time where they.
Well, they did have to do a lot more when the Switch was coming. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
it wasn't.
I managed to do it
Yeah,
for a month
It was.
by yourself.
Do a
by
Switch.
myself. No, everything in the loadout.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he just
when
did
we
it
were
by
on
himself.
night
There was
shift.
no one else
When
with
we were
him.
on night shift, it was just me doing it all.
Okay. Well, no. Yeah, I knew that you could do it on your own. It's just very difficult, which
Oh,
is
it
why.
was-
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, I did it during the
I-
fucking day shift. I did that all by myself. And like
I would
I
switch
did a
out.
lot
So
of cars.
I went out to load out a couple times. I don't know. I think you were doing something else.
Yeah, I was
and
trying
I
to.
took on
I was trying to
cars.
fix the Hercules,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
or I was doing something else. But
Yeah, I could do loadout and I could do lab. I couldn't do both at the same time. That's all I know.
yeah, no,
I get way too frazzled trying to do that.
I just never got into loadout. Like,
Just or
Yeah,
like
all the paperwork and everything.
yeah, I never. I tried it that
See,
one
I was
time
cool
and I
with
just
mine.
couldn't do
Like,
it.
it was something. It was consistent. It was consistent work because
It was the
being
same
boots on the
thing
ground
every day.
Exactly. I'm fine with routine. Like if I can learn what to do and consistently be able to do it each day, and I'm fine with that. Like it was just doing boots on the ground was a lot of unexpected stuff. Like I didn't know what stuff to
I
look
like
for
that.
and what stuff to just pass by. Like I would tell
After
Tony,
a while, it got boring doing
boots on the ground.
not
Fixing the same thing. over
no
and over.
just doing the same thing over and over
Oh.
with the cars.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's a good job. I liked it. I like it. It's just got a little boring. It just got just
No, that's
for me.
understandable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I did it, and it was fun.
And that was the other thing. It was nice to
It was
with a job like that, where it was personally for me out of my comfort zone by a lot. It was at least nice to have people I knew, aka you guys, working
Yeah.
there that I could at least talk to and or work with
yeah, but the
to make it a
people
little more
that
comfortable.
that worked with us were pretty nice. They didn't
Right. That
do anything
Too
you know,
terrible.
too terrible.
once we got
I mean,
acquainted with them, they
we
were
had a
cool.
bunch of nicknames,
Right.
but some
But
of them weren't
right.
that good. But you know,
But even like in the beginning,
it was
like
all fun and games.
Fuck off.
That's good. You
we
know,
were talking about the plant. Like, do we want to talk about like our move up here? Like, do we want to do chronological order of stuff, or do we
Probably
just
should.
want to kind of go into stuff at random points, just when it comes up? Because I know us moving up here was a little bit of a hassle.
Holy fuck, was that a hassle?
One vehicle. Well,
you know,
two
one
vehicles,
vehicle-
one engine later.
Yeah.
yeah.
2
Was it Dad?
engines.
Do you guys want to recap that story, or
Holy
should
God.
I recap?
500-mile journey from Illinois to Minnesota
In a car.
in one vehicle.
We were initially
Is
had
it?
2.
It was initially 2, me and him. He had his van. I had a Tahoe.
Yeah. $8.
The look in his eyes, like
Had.
oh, had.
Had.
You still have it.
I have it. It's in Wisconsin now.
It's just
don't
not
work.
working.
It
doesn't.
doesn't work.
So, the first one died of natural causes. It was old. It was just going out. It needed really big maintenance work. So I got the
Yeah.
engine replaced.
You don't.
Okay. Well, I wasn't sure what you were doing. I was
Sorry.
gonna like wait.
Well,
Oh,
we've
yeah,
done
sorry.
it before. If we
I'm
need
gonna- yeah,
if
I'm
we need to just cut video, and we still have the audio at the very least.
Well,
Yeah.
I was just gonna stand in the same spot as I was, and then continue on when he sat back down.
Oh yes, yeah. So
It's
so
like-
I'm just gonna periodically check it to make sure it's still.
No, it's
It's
Still
still
going.
That's a
recording.
good
Ah,
idea.
Yeah.
Okay,
Unfortunately,
yeah.
we don't have an independent person behind the camera right now,
Like
so
he used to.
we can't.
Yeah.
He used yeah.
We used
probably
but
get back
for
to- for this podcast back of like the four of
Oh,
us, the
four of
main
us.
4 people that are going to be doing videos again,
Yeah.
to be in the first thing back,
Right.
and then
Yeah.
one of us will probably be behind scenes when like either they just don't want to be in the podcast that day, or
And
you know,
when we also get things more straightened out and
Yes.
ironed out, and actually not this.
Yeah. This is whatever this is.
good old table, we got this to work.
The audio.
Peeing it out.
The audio.
Damn.
It's
Oh god.
every time you pick up or
Excuse
put
me.
something
Jesus.
down as well.
Okay, so The Tahoe. Bad memories. Vietnam flashbacks.
Okay, well that's a meme.
I mean,
So what happened was,
You have to say that's a meme.
well, I'm gonna make that one. I'm gonna make it one.
He's gonna make it a meme.
he's gonna make it a meme.
I got you.
I got you. No, what had happened was I was driving, and all of a sudden it just stopped. I stopped getting acceleration, no gas, nothing. And I had to get it towed back to my house back in Illinois.
How far did you get?
3 miles.
Oh.
3 miles on the
Exactly
highway. That was the
3
first
miles.
time.
That's right. We did it twice. This is just the first time we did it.
The second time was a month later.
Yes.
But let's start
Yeah.
with this one right now.
Right. Well,
It lost
The
spark.
second time I tried to bring my cat up with that trip.
Yeah.
yeah, we'll get into that. but-
Flounder. That's another joke.
You'll understand in a minute.
So yeah, we got about 3 miles up. His truck dies. I think
I pulled into the shoulder on the left side of the highway, which was a mistake. I really shouldn't have done that. That was bad.
I'm pretty sure I got a call from you saying I was really confused because again, 3 miles.
He was in front of me. I
Right.
was behind him.
I couldn't see him, and then I get the call, put on speaker. I'm like, hey, what's up? He's like, yeah, my car's just stopped moving. And
Yeah,
I'm
he's
like,
like,
well,
I'm just
fuck. And
nuts.
I gotta turn around, and he tells me about it.
I get it towed back, and then we sort through what we needed out of that Tahoe.
You know,
Stuffed it into a Dodge Caravan,
Yeah.
which also wasn't probably the most reliable thing in the world.
no,
but it did get us up there.
It
It
did.
did.
It got us up there.
No,
up there.
I will say, like, no scares, no complications.
It was
just
a
road.
surprisingly smooth ride.
I will not say that it
for
was
like 7
reliable,
hours.
just reliable
Enough.
for that moment.
It was.
Yeah.
It made it.
Right.
Got from point A to point
That was
B.
a miracle on its own that it made it.
I was expecting that Tahoe to make it one more time because it did it once before.
I
When
didn't.
me and you came up
Right,
here to
we
visit.
drove here one time
Yeah,
to
you
visit
you
around.
made it up
Again,
there.
no complications, but 3 miles out the second time. And
But didn't you
it's-
do something to your engine before that second time?
No. It was right after I got into an accident.
By the
Are you
way,
sure?
Yeah, that was right after I got into the accident. I got the
Oh.
shock replaced and then drove. Because me and Matt
That's
stopped at my
right.
brother's house
Mhm.
trying to fix the brush guard and that bumper issue I was having with it.
that was fun. We had to use a sledgehammer we're using a sledgehammer to try
To
and
straighten
out the bumper.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we used a sledgehammer, jack, and tried to straighten that thing out and it didn't work.
It didn't work.
We broke a bolt, put a new bolt in, called it a day, and continued driving the next morning. But
Jesus.
yeah, so we Tetris stuffed everything we could into that Dodge Caravan,
Including me.
and him.
Including him.
So
Because we didn't have seats in there. Like, I'd taken the seats out.
I was
So we
already
put
with
up.
stuff
moving
more
truck.
stuff in it.
Right. We took out the seats to get more stuff in there. So pretty much it was the 2 front seats with me and Sean.
Mhm.
Everything stuffed into the back, up
And
to the
then
ceiling, and then a
2
little
foot by 2 foot,
little
foot and
compartment.
a half by foot and a half square.
I'll give it a liberty of 1 foot by 2 foot. Like, it was a decent
It's a foot
rectangle.
and a half, a foot and a half.
Yeah.
I was able to
But
play
it's
solitaire.
still.
It was enough for him to squeeze, which I mean isn't that much space.
No.
No.
He
You
was
can
able
play
to play
solitaire
solitaire.
He's
all
a
the live
twig.
long day.
What else are you gonna do when you're sitting there?
And we made it.
We didn't
7
make it.
hours. We made it.
And
Yeah,
that
and I
car.
remember this because you guys were messaging the group too,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and I was just like, "What?"
And the caravan did hold up.
Okay.
Like, when we needed to drive it, because we'd stayed at a at like a
hotel for-
right.
a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a month, and I was driving them around in that for a little bit, and that was it held up again, no complications, stuff like that. Now the second time we tried to go up there,
All right.
we flew
1
down
month later.
back to Illinois because
To
we were
get-
gonna pack up the
The
rest
rest
of
of
the
our
furniture,
Their stuff.
Furniture and all that.
and then we're gonna pack up his Tahoe. He got the engine fixed, or I think you got
I got
a
it
new engine.
replaced.
Yes.
A ju-
Yeah, a new one.
Brand new engine.
No,
You
It
said
was
it
it was a junkyard
Yeah,
engine
just-
with allegedly 120,000 miles.
Yeah,
ran last when
apparently.
pulled.
Apparently.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Mm,
Well, we used the words allegedly.
Allegedly.
we had faith.
It ran good, allegedly.
Yeah.
It did.
It did
ran
for a
good
while.
for 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah. Total of 2
Well,
days.
yeah, because we got in Friday. I
Yep.
picked it up, paid the guy, drove it around Saturday and some of Sunday. No problems. Stomped on it, nothing. I was like, sweet.
Sweet.
Gotta
I got
make
my
it the
car
whole way
back.
up. So we stuffed that fucker full.
Mhm.
Again.
Yeah.
This time we have a cat in tow.
Yep.
Along
Cat
with
on
the
lap.
three of us.
And we had room.
Yeah.
We did have a little room.
Because we
It was
had
pretty good.
he had a seat to sit on
This time.
For once.
for 15 minutes.
Was it 15 minutes?
We got
Not
about
even.
10 miles.
At most,
And
it
then
was
2
15
miles
minutes.
back.
Yep.
We hopped on I-80, got about 10 miles out.
Because you hear that pinging as we're going down the road.
So we hit the highway. All right, speeding up, doing 70. I just turned the music up, trying to ignore it.
Yeah.
And
tried
it got
to-
louder and louder and louder. And then I'm like, all right, well, because at that point, it's dun, 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 dun.
It was
So
loud,
it
eh?
hit the exit, pull off to the side of the road.
Right.
Looking around, I'm like, I don't see anything, but that doesn't sound good. So I turned around,
Right.
hopped back on the highway to go back home. Dun, 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 boom.
Fucking blue.
Threw a rod through the side of the engine block. So there's a nice picture window in the engine block. It's literally about this big.
Yeah.
Sean was only slightly upset at the moment.
Yeah, just slightly.
But hey, I did the right thing and pulled onto the right side of the highway this time.
Yeah.
Smart boy. 300 IQ plays.
Called for a tow again. We go back home.
Jesus Christ.
Mhm.
Rent a moving truck.
Yep.
Yep.
10-footer. It was. I think it was the smallest. one
Smallest
we could
box truck, yep, that they had at the time.
Right.
Now keep in mind, it's a 6.5, 7 hour drive. We got this box truck at 3:30.
Yeah.
Filled it by 5. Left.
Yeah, they didn't get up.
This truck
and
only
go.
had 2 seats.
Yep.
It was a
10-footer.
2-seater.
Yeah.
It's a 2-seater because
That's right.
the 15-footers have 3 seats, which would have been nice, but since there were only 2 seats, we got a milk crate in between the 2 seats. Jordy sat on that for 7 hours with his cat in the little kennel on his lap
Yep.
for 7 hours.
Every single
Good
bump
time,
on the
dog.
highway.
And I don't have an ass, so I had no protection of anything.
Nope.
That was painful.
Every bump on the highway, the whole truck just bounced for the next 20 feet.
Mhm.
I.e. flounder.
Yeah, that's where we came with flounder. It's like, oh, well, here comes the flounder.
A flounder.
That was fun. I think we got in at
At 1 in the morning.
Yep.
Yep, because I remember that because I remember going to your guys' place that you were
Yeah.
renting out, getting the keys to our apartment
Yep.
Yep.
that we rented, signed for, and paid for everything, sight unseen in this apartment.
It was a little bit rushed, yes.
A little bit. We did it in like 12 hours. We're like,
We were
There.
also working 12-hour night shifts,
yeah,
so
That's also
it was a
true.
pain for us to stay awake for more than like an hour or two
yeah.
before
Just to go
falling
do
asleep.
anything.
Yeah, to even stay up in the hotel room, let alone go out and do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we figured we'll see what the pictures look like. Okay, they look decent. Sign.
It was
good,
actually a
go
pretty
to sleep.
nice place.
It was.
It was a good place.
It was surprisingly
It
good
was.
for like one of those rushed things. And
Yeah.
We
the amount of stuff that they let us do, I mean, it was like, yeah, we won't be in town to pick up our keys. Can we have somebody go pick them up? Yeah. What's his name? Okay.
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, he picked them up.
And it was
just
like-
went around to get the keys, and we were golden.
Like there was no questions
Pretty
or
much.
anything. Like no ID needed, I guess. And it was like,
No, he just got the keys.
I would not recommend doing sight unseen in a normal situation.
We got lucky.
We lucked out.
we really
Hard.
did.
We got so fucking lucky.
We
Word
really
of
did.
advice, kids.
We got a 3-bedroom apartment for the 3 of us to stay in.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked out pretty decently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there were people to pay for on 12-hour shifts,
12-hour and
6 days
that
a
was
week.
like
sand
nothing.
plant or blue collar workers working 12-hour night shifts. It was a good deal.
Well, we changed
I
to
mean-
day shift shortly after that.
Mhm.
It was
Yeah.
like a week or two
It
after
was,
that.
I thought it was like a month.
It was a month and a half we worked nights.
Yeah.
Because we started there. We started on days for.
Rip.
That's fine.
Son of a
Story
bitch!
is so short. So we have like a blanket covering a fucking sliding glass door, and one of the corners just fell off. So.
Yeah, it's a big like it's a thick blanket that we tried to bring up with duct tape. So I knew it was gonna be like temporary. I didn't know how temporary it was gonna be. Apparently, it was only like 1/4 through the video.
It was 22 minutes.
Wow.
Temporary.
It was
Not bad.
actually
I'd say that's a
probably
good
longer.
benchmark for that. All right, a little more than I expected. But yeah.
So night shift.
So night shift. Yeah, we started night shift. Oh, no, you go ahead.
That Tahoe made its way back to my parents' driveway and sat there for the rest of the time.
Yeah, that,
For a whole year later.
and it was a pain in the ass to get back onto a trailer. When we got
Oh,
when
yeah.
we got back to it.
This is a year and a half later now, so
Yeah.
you're skipping
We'll get
ahead.
there,
You're
but-
skipping ahead there, bud.
It's a sick.
And
We
you
were
did-
still talking about the Tahoe.
yeah, I know.
So
It-
how was,
To finish the lifespan of that Tahoe, it's now in Wisconsin at his brother's place.
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, because my mom had to move out of the house that she was in. Now she's with me. But couldn't leave the Tahoe there. Tried to haul it, didn't work.
It did not
Long
work.
story short, didn't work.
No.
TLDR.
TLDR,
You made it work
didn't
until
work.
your brother's house.
Drove 40-mile-an-hour back roads.
Yeah, you made it work.
55-mile-an-hour back roads. Drove it at 40 miles an hour the whole way there.
You made
Turned a
it work.
2-hour drive into 3 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah,
Oh, and
month
the,
and a half night shifts. Oh wait.
and the caravan. That was an interesting. I didn't see what happened. To it. I heard from them.
Oh!
So we
That
got
was an adventure.
So we got to the
Wait.
apartments we were like the actual apartment we were staying in,
Oh, no.
and it
Oh,
had to
no.
have been within a month. All of us had our own cars.
Yeah.
So I'd gotten a new car, so I was.
Not yet.
No, Sean didn't have his.
I got the
until-
Taurus a month later.
Yes.
And then
The new Taurus.
Also dead.
Yeah.
yeah, that's another dead car.
That's
Nah, this
right.
wasn't. That one wasn't me.
But it was the same style.
Yeah.
kind of.
Kind of.
Well,
it didn't
it
throw a
doesn't-
rod through it,
No, it just
but the engine
stopped.
is dead.
It just
Yeah.
stopped. Well, we could put it back together now. It
Yeah.
works. It's free again.
Yeah.
It's a whole different can of worms. We get
Oh
it.
yeah.
But that's about a month later in the timeline. So.
We're
Here's the
going through
timeline.
everything.
We're here right now.
We got a lot
We,
of lore.
we went from here. We're here. The end of the timeline is there.
This is your intro
Yeah, it-
cutscene before the actual
Can't see
game.
that
It's
in
long
this
as
life.
fuck.
It's just gonna be a fucking
Just
squiggly
imagine, like-
line.
Imagine like Tahoe, Taurus.
It's gonna be a squiggly line. It's gonna be like
Just random
moving
pictures.
day. Fuck.
About
So, yeah.
how that works.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, at some point while we were in the apartment, everyone had gotten
car.
He got a Taurus. I'd gotten a new Hyundai, and then,
And then before Jordy got his car, he
I
got
got
the
two different
Taurus.
cars.
He got the Taurus.
and you got another Tahoe.
I got a 2-door Tahoe off of my cousin.
You had the Taurus
So-
for a little
still
while,
works.
and then
Ish.
broke it.
So
It's fine.
we all
It's
we
not-
all had our own cars.
It's
So-
currently dead.
Hey, but it's fine. It's gonna be a dune buggy eventually.
Yes, it will. It will.
Gonna be glorious.
Oh, good lord.
Oh yeah,
We'll
so
do it.
we'd all had our own cars, and that meant the Dodge Caravan just sat in the parking lot.
Mhm.
We didn't drive it for how long?
5 months.
Months, something like
5
that.
months.
It was a
yes.
good
5
long
months.
time.
Yeah, because
Oh.
Matt got a car, I got the Taurus, and then I got the Tahoe the next month, and Jordan got his car. So once Matt got his own car, once Matt got a new vehicle,
Yeah,
that
it
thing
just-
didn't move.
It just that there was no
Right.
reason for me to drive around in it. Like
No.
mostly because it was still unreliable.
Battery was
Right.
dead, window didn't roll up.
When it did not roll up.
Driver's side window. specifically.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my
It would
God.
eventually start working.
In the middle
again.
of winter.
And the
Yep.
and we had
Mm.
how much snow that year?
too much.
Too much
I
snow.
think, well,
We
one
had a
day,
total of
we
2
had
feet of
snow
snow
into
that
April.
year.
yeah, we had a lot.
It was a good lot of snow. But yeah, so when we tried to move it, I guess they found like nature had overtaken the engine compartment.
I don't know how, but stuff was growing in the antifreeze in the radiator.
Ooh.
I
Really?
don't know. Yeah, there was like something moving around in there. Like you opened it up and you shook it, and it wasn't the liquid moving. It was something in the liquid, and I'm like, how? It's not water.
Ooh.
I'm like, you shouldn't. How?
Nature took it.
I guess so.
And then the whatever security system it had on it.
It wasn't.
It refused to let me like change what gear it was in.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Like
It had a security system on it for whatever reason.
So I couldn't put it into neutral or anything. It was like the parking brake was just locked on.
And every time we tried to start it, because it did run when we parked it last,
Right.
and we moved it to a garage,
Oh yeah, you
to
did
our single
move the
garage stall that we had at that apartment.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Put it in there, and it sat there for the longest time.
For
And we
the
tried to
longest
start it, and it yelled at us. The horn worked after. Well, it
No,
didn't
the
work
horn worked.
before. Like you couldn't
Oh.
just press the horn and it
Yeah,
didn't
that's
work.
right.
Side note: every car that I've had up until the Hyundai, because I've had
You had like
4 cars now, including the Hyundai. The one on the Hyundai works, but it's a bitch. It's a bitch horn, so I don't want to use it.
it's a bitch one. I don't want to use it.
But every car that I've had up
Yeah.
until that
Small
Hyundai,
cars
the
don't
horn
have
never
good
worked.
horns.
I had a 1997 Plymouth Sundance, horn didn't work.
Hmm.
Dodge Caravan, horn didn't work. I had it was like I think it was like a 2004 Suzuki, like a 4-wheel drive Suzuki, like a little propped up, like Jeep thing. Horn didn't work. Almost crashed that one.
Almost crashed.
Almost
Holy
crashed the car.
moly.
I think I missed that car.
I didn't have it for long.
Okay, I was
because
gonna say.
because my
Yeah,
mom
no,
crashed
you
it shortly after I'd gotten it, so I couldn't drive
If
it
you
anymore.
didn't crash
I
it, she
was
was
gonna
gonna
say,
crash it.
It was, essentially, yes.
It was gonna die no matter what.
Essentially, it wasn't like severe wreck, but she had, I guess she couldn't brake fast enough behind a truck and
Smoosh.
smashed
Smoosh,
the grill
yeah.
into like its the fuck is it that like
Radiator.
she smashed the radiator, but the ball piece on the back of the trucks. The
Oh,
the
the
tow
hitch.
hitch.
Oh,
The tow hitch
Oh.
that smashed through the radiator, so it was like
Ew.
dead on. It was like dead on impact.
Yeah.
I only had that car for maybe a month, and then
Ah,
that crashed.
yeah.
It wasn't a long time, but yeah, horn didn't work.
Yeah.
Long story short.
Long story
Yeah.
short, yep. But yeah, that's just a little tidbit.
Yeah, so we tried to jump it, and it started going off.
Yeah, it was very pissed off.
Yeah,
It was
nothing
not
we could do.
happening.
We couldn't do anything to stop it. We put the keys in the ignition, didn't start. There was no remote to it. Couldn't do anything, so we
Yeah.
just kind of didn't jump start it. Cut the horn. Tried again.
Yep.
And then we just gave up.
And then turned into finding somebody that would take the fucking thing away from us.
Which didn't
Yeah.
work.
No.
We found somewhere to drop it off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, we could have. There's actually a lot more places that will pick up junk shit now.
Well, we needed to get
Now
rid
that
of it then.
Now that I've realized,
Yeah, when you
Yeah.
really did
when you have time to sit down and just like look.
research.
But it was,
Yeah,
it was
right.
a timeline because I think
We were working 12, so you can't really just
12 hours
sit
a day,
down
6
and
days a
look.
week. The only day off you had was Sunday, so you're like, fuck.
Nothing's.
Yeah.
Nothing's open on
Nothing's
Sundays.
Nothing's
Right.
open on Sundays. Yep.
Nobody wants to do anything on Sundays.
worst.
you-
So-
So that got scrapped when right before we had left.
Yeah.
That
So-
got scrapped. And then Taurus.
There's a whole story to go with that van too.
Oh fuck.
Trying to get
Did I
it
hear
out
about
of
this?
that, trying to get it
Oh.
out of the garage was a nightmare because we couldn't get it to go into gear.
Oh,
To
yeah.
go, we
Right.
couldn't get it into neutral, reverse, nothing. It was stuck in park. So I hook it up with a tow strap to the back of my 2-door Tahoe I have, and I yanked it out. It worked. That worked fine. It came out of there, no problem.
Oh dear.
No, after you yanked it out, it just worked.
Yes.
It
Hold on,
just
no, hold on. We're not there yet.
You sure?
Yes,
Or was
no,
like
because
just
we were
wrapped
trying to get it onto the trailer next. Because I bought this
Oh,
shitty
yeah.
trailer. I bought a crappy
A
car
crappy
trailer.
one, but
Pretty crappy car
For-
trailer.
It
I mean,
for
gets
when
the
it
job
was.
done.
for what it
Weird,
was.
weird
For
enough,
what it
there's
was,
two
it was
stories
alright.
about. There's two horror stories about getting cars onto that trailer.
Oh, it's never good.
The Taurus is number 2.
Yep.
Taurus,
That at least shifted to neutral.
that was actually.
We
Fair
had
enough,
5 people
I
that
guess.
work on it.
Yeah, no.
That van was just me and you. So
Yeah, true.
So this trailer has ramps on the back which have steps off, so it actually won't drop at all when you try to pull a vehicle on it.
Yep.
So I parked the trailer in in a good spot, and then I put a tow rope, hooked 2 tow ropes together, put my Tahoe in front of the trailer, hook a rope to the van, trying to pull it onto the trailer. It didn't work. I started pulling the trailer and the van at the same time.
A lot of these stories are going to be, it didn't work.
Yeah.
We'll get it eventually.
Right now,
Yeah, eventually.
hey, right now we don't work.
Well,
It's the only reason we have time for this.
for now,
But that's later on in the timeline. That's about right here.
that's
Hi.
here.
We're just
That's
we're
about
just
right here.
jumping.
All for not working.
Oh.
Yeah,
No, where the fuck?
that's where we are now.
No.
It's the in-between.
I guess.
That's about 3 months later.
Yeah,
Henry.
that's
That's a
true.
3-month gap of nothing.
Literally, there's nothing.
Yeah, it's like that line really doesn't need to be there.
No, that's why I said it's over here.
Yeah.
Like from
I'm just
here
pointing
to
here.
over there.
I
there's
just pointed
nothing.
in an arbitrary spot. It doesn't matter.
Just
The
have
line
that
will be
line.
however long it needs to be.
Whatever you want. You don't. You
Whoever's
do
editing
you.
it.
This is what we.
You can have it here
Oh.
or here.
We get
Anyway,
into these arguments a lot.
so we're trying to get this van onto the trailer.
Right.
All right, we're like, well, what the fuck do we do now? So I get a car jack out and I start jacking up the back end
Oh.
to straighten it out and to try to
Yeah.
somehow.
Because I think when you jacked up the back end, spun the wheels, that's when we realized that.
No, it was the front end.
Was it
Because the front end was already halfway up the trailer. Because the front end was a front wheel drive, so the front tires were locked. Well, locked. This is how I figured out how a park on a front wheel drive vehicle works. So we're jacking up the front of it to pull it the rest of the way because the rear wheels spun free, no problem. The front wheels just didn't. We lift it up, start turning the wheels, and realize in park, a front wheel drive vehicle, if you spin one tire, the other one goes in reverse. So they act against each other.
Yep.
And we're like, for shits and giggles, Jordy, hop in there and put it in neutral.
Just for the fuck of it.
He hops in, it goes into neutral. He puts it in neutral. Drop it back down and pull it onto the trailer.
Move, no problem.
No problem after that.
Like, it just decided it wanted to work.
I was like, oh, you're getting rid of me. Finally, thank God.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
go
really
into
fun.
neutral now.
And so we
It's also
go.
a pain in the ass shifting that thing into neutral because there isn't like it doesn't just like say somewhere on it like
Oh yeah, it's
Oh.
a digital
all
readout.
digital.
It was a
the digital.
it was a
yeah.
digital readout.
Yeah,
So when
you
it's
had to
not
go-
on, unless you knew where it was, you're sitting there like, I think it's neutral.
Oh yeah, I mean most vehicles work the same, park, reverse, and neutral. So, but sometimes they change it up on you just to
Right.
keep you on your toes.
Yeah, it's just I wasn't used to like the lever on the side of the steering wheel. I'm like, I don't remember which.
And that one
Flick
also
it
was
is.
that one also really wasn't very clunky. It was just like slope.
It took me a long time to get used to the gear shift being down here on my side because
Yeah.
because
Because you
I think
had
it was
it
like
up-
two
it was
yeah,
up
right.
there.
It was on that side
Yeah,
here.
it's on the
So maybe a
steering
good
column.
2-3 weeks that I was driving the new car, I would get in, she was like, and put it in
Right.
gear there.
Thankfully, I didn't have that problem with the Taurus. I also didn't drive it for very long. It was about a month.
Yeah.
I had the thing for a month. But
So the Taurus.
we got the van out, and then getting the van off was a whole nother debacle.
Yeah.
Because we pushed it backwards,
Right.
trying not, because it wasn't gonna roll on its own, or it didn't have any power. So we just kind of pushed it to the edge of the trailer. We're trying to control getting it off the trailer
Right.
without hitting anything. So we're in this kind of foresty area with like 4 houses on the side and a junkyard to our right.
Looked really sketchy, honestly.
It really did. It looked like we weren't dropping anything off. It looked like we were trying to steal something more than anything else. Honestly.
Yeah, just
Didn't help that I was like getting shit out of the van and transferring it to my car.
Yeah.
Oh.
And at some point I set off my car alarm and I sat there for like 5 minutes trying to like, how do I turn you off? I don't remember how to turn you off.
Yeah, we got the van halfway off the trailer and then it got stuck.
It got stuck?
Yeah, because it's on the trailer, it's got little nubs for the ramps.
Oh, yeah.
For the ramps to lock into, which I'm going to get rid of those. It got stuck on one of those because it had to go over it. And it's like a 2.5-inch tall nub.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hooking up a ratchet strap to it, trying to pull it backwards, and Jordy's putting stuff in his car, and then I hear the car alarm go off. And I just stop, and I'm just standing there, watching him fiddle with his car, waiting for people to walk out of their houses. I'm like, I might as well just keep going with this.
Just keep going. He'll get it eventually.
Took me a good 5 minutes to realize I only needed to press the alarm button once to turn it off.
Oh, did you press it twice?
I was just like, I was
You were
holding
just
it.
pressing
like
I
mashing
held
it.
I mashed it. It was like, why aren't you fucking doing anything? I was just like, stop! And then it stopped. I'm like, okay, it's okay.
Fine. I'm fine. Everything's okay.
And then subsequently, we hurried up, sped up the process of getting that thing off, and managed to get it off, and rolled it off, and put it in a spot. We left a note saying, please take me.
I am dead.
We lined it up with what other cars that looked like junk. And yeah, so we skedaddled the fuck on out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Then
What
it
else?
was,
the Taurus?
well,
Or what
Um,
else?
that was later. Jordy, would you like to
Later.
fill us in? On
Oh, yeah.
on
Yeah,
the
well-
Taurus?
We'll jump
Taurus.
forward to the debacle
I had
that
it.
was the Taurus.
And then I got it,
Then he got it.
and I had to make the payments on it.
Yep.
You know?
But he bought the license plate and everything, so it was registered. So I
I got
didn't
the
have to deal with that.
I got the registration done.
You know,
But I don't think
pretty
at
much.
any point it was under my name.
No.
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 It was
Because
over,
I got the title,
under Sean.
and then a week later it blew up.
Was it
Blew
a
up.
week?
About. Because I got the title, like,
I thought he had it for a little while.
well, he did. I got the title.
Oh.
Because the Minnesota,
It
it
takes a
took
little
like
while.
3 months to get the title. So I had it for a month. Then Jordy had it. And then I got the title. And then a week later.
I had it, and then it went and got a new car. Because I wanted my own car that was newer-ish. But, you know, here's a good life lesson. Check your fucking fluids. So,
Learn the basics of your vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
It
I-
will take you
Far.
miles.
because I think, what did I do? I had traveled down to Illinois to pick it up, didn't I? Like, or I flew down, you drove down or something like
You
that?
flew down, I drove, yeah.
And then I drove the tours
Yeah.
back.
Yep.
At no
Yeah.
point did I decide that it needed to be checked in any way.
Well, because I had checked it. I kept up on my checks every single week. Every Sunday I checked it religiously.
But there was a point where I needed to take it in because fucking brakes were not being nice to me. So I took it into a mechanic shop, and I think,
There's the transmission.
transmission was
Got
fucking...
checked.
Mhm.
Yeah, so they
And
checked the
they found nothing
transmission.
wrong with that. Your timing cover.
It's right, because what it was doing to me, it was like at a certain point when it was shifting a gear, it just stopped. And then it just didn't want to move right.
Yeah.
So I took it for that, and I gave them the information that I could.
And they found other things wrong with it that you didn't say were wrong with it.
No.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I took it in for one reason, and obviously I can't tell them I was speeding at whatever fucking miles per hour over I was going that made it do that.
Yeah.
Oh, you-
they probably
I don't
knew,
think he
but,
would've done
you
it.
know,
That's a maybe.
I mean, they probably already knew that
They'd
you were
rather fuck it up in
speeding.
other ways, first of all.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I took it in, got all that checked. They said that they checked all the fluids too,
Mm-hmm.
allegedly. Yeah, well, what was it? 2
2 weeks? Yeah.
2 weeks after that, I was driving home from work, and then I wasn't.
Yeah, and then you were on the side of the highway.
Yep.
A la me.
I think I was like Out of our group.
You were 5 minutes from work.
Out of our group, I was like the first to
Not
leave.
even. It was like just getting onto the
Because
highway.
every one of you passed me up.
Yeah, I saw you. I'm like, I better turn around.
I didn't think it was Jordy for a second, and then I looked back and I think I saw Jordy getting out of the car. I'm like, oh shit, that's him. So I pulled over, and then I backed up all the way to where Jordy was on the side of the road to actually get back to him, and he's like, yeah, it just stopped.
Yeah,
I
at one
think I
point we had
turned
5 cars parked there because we had Matt. I had Matt come back first, then I had Sean, and then Henry, and then Henry's dad. All of them pulled up next to me, and I'm sitting there like, yeah, just stopped,
It was what happened? Your oil light came on,
and then it went off.
and then it went off, and then it went.
Then the car went off.
Yeah, it just.
Well,
So I don't know what happened within that time frame. Because I don't think I should have ran out of oil.
your oil was empty though, but that's all I know. That's
Yeah.
what had happened.
If they did check
There
the
definitely
oil,
Unless there was like
They
a
should have
leak.
checked the fluid. They said they checked the fluids.
No, because that wasn't a leak. That was bone dry.
It got
No,
drained.
that was-
Yeah, it was like
rain.
the plug was not in all the way, or something was leaking down there where that pan was dry. There was no oil in
There
that
was
thing.
0.
Because
Yeah.
when I finally pulled the engine, and it's sitting on the engine stand now, all torn apart. When I took the oil pan off, there was 1 quart of oil in there.
The quart
The
of
quart
oil
that we
that we
poured
put
in.
in after it stopped working.
Yes, because the engine had fully seized itself. It
Yeah.
welded itself together.
And there's nobody to point fingers at really other than myself. So I didn't check the fluids,
It is a lesson learned.
and I just thought they did. Well, that Taurus died.
We're trying to bring it back to life. Trying.
Well, at least it wasn't worse. At least it didn't spin a bearing or put a hole in the side of the engine block. That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting, and you at least took the engine out anyhow. Fine.
Would have been interesting. Would have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I pulled out a tow strap, pulled you about 500 feet off the highway, and you called the tow truck
Yeah, so it wasn't on the highway. It was just on one of the side roads there.
and drove you home, or drove you back to the apartment.
Yeah, for a couple weeks I was riding with one of these two to work and back. And then
Mhm.
that's when I finally got my car.
Yeah.
And then because I think it was pretty close to when we had moved out of the apartment. We were getting the Taurus out of there.
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
Because that was day of that when we were moving out.
Yep.
We were putting
Yeah.
the Taurus on my trailer,
That was.
and it
That
got
was-
stuck.
Yeah.
It's stuck in the middle,
Yeah.
like trying to get up to
it
it.
got high center.
Mhm.
Was not
We
fun.
had 5 guys on the back of the Taurus
Yep.
Some fries.
lifting it,
Lifting
to push
it
it
up.
on the rest of the
And
way.
then
Yep.
pushed it.
That
It was not
interesting.
fun.
It wasn't fun, but hey, if 5
Go
guys can do
on.
it.
Yeah. Getting off the trailer was interesting. Back at my house.
4.5.
One.
For-
Yeah. It's fine.
Well, I count for 2.
This was no, because wasn't
One
Seth
and a
and
half.
Jack there?
Yeah.
So 6
Seth,
guys.
Jack, Henry, Matt, me, you.
Yeah, me and Jack are half people, so 5.
Okay, yeah. See, I was right the first time.
Math checks out.
Yeah.
I mostly forgot about Seth for a second.
Yeah.
How could you forget grave?
The grave train.
I don't know. I really don't.
Gravy.
Yeah, Seth had the nickname Gravy. Because
All aboard the gravy train. Woo woo.
I don't know why.
Yeah, it
I
was-
just did.
Did your dad get
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they gave
That
it
was,
to him.
it's just random day. Just
How's it going? Gravy.
I.e. our old boss.
Yeah.
yeah.
And so yeah,
Some fun times.
that got out of there. And my poor Tahoe, it did not like towing anything after that because
No.
its brakes were dead. I killed the brakes on that truck, and had to do them. So that was no problem though.
You know how we decided to haul around that fucking van.
And well, we went 30 minutes one way and then drove back. Well, it wasn't about 30 minutes because it was about 20.
give or take, yeah.
Because we went in one direction and it was a warehouse for scrap metal, not for vehicles.
Not where we wanted to be.
No.
Then
We ended up dropping it off at like what, somewhere that was like
it was a junkyard.
5 minutes from us.
Yeah, it was a junkyard on the side of the highway there. That wasn't open. We just kind of dropped it and ran.
I mean, that's how
That's what we did.
it worked. I mean, the car's not with us anymore.
Nope.
Yeah.
Never got any calls about
Rest
that
in
one.
peace.
So.
Fine. We didn't leave any way to get in contact with us.
No.
We just left it.
Okay.
I took almost everything out of there that could
I know.
be
I took.
tracked back to
I was
us.
I was like, take everything. The only thing that was left was the VIN number.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So.
And fuck, I even took the license plates off and was like, nope, can't use those. Don't use those.
Yeah, I was kind of scared. I was kind of scared that my dad was gonna be mad about taking it to a junkyard. But I think when I talked to him about it, he's like, "Did you at least grab the license plates?" Like, yeah, I think Jordy got. It. I was like, "Okay, well then fine."
I got
Like-
everything
like-
off that
I'm
fucking
like,
thing.
all right.
I didn't
cool.
want it coming back to us in any way.
Yep.
Because that was it was my grandfather's van that was passed over to us. So I didn't want that to be like we're giving you the car to use and now you're just kind of throwing it away. It was more just like, yeah, it was dead. We used
Oh,
it.
you used it until
died.
it died.
Yeah, we used it. It died. We took it to the junkyard.
Like,
I
it
think
was
he,
dead.
I'm just happy he at least understood that it wasn't in fact dead. Like there was no way for us to fix it unless we put like
It wasn't worth
thousands
Oh,
of
no, it
dollars
was not.
into it. Like
No.
it was
Not even
past
close.
repair. But
I was gonna say that thing was
Yeah,
so full of rust.
oh yeah.
Oh no, it was.
Yeah, even
bad.
before when we were in Illinois, like it was still rusty as hell and needed work anyways.
It didn't help that we worked at a sand plant, so all that sand probably went.
Probably
into
didn't
the-
help at all.
No,
Probably didn't.
Yeah.
and it's probably rusted even more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised my Tahoe isn't that rusty, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a couple holes in it. I actually just patched it with Bondo again recently. Body filler. Fuck it. Stuff it in there until I'm ready to chop it out. And
I mean, you saw how
well,
my
no sheet
car or
metal
the
in.
Tahoe was.
the Taurus.
Not yet. Taurus. Tahoe.
Yeah, the Taurus.
Taurus. T words.
Hey, Julia. Well, yeah,
It was-
that
it
thing
was-
was
that
stupid
was-
rusty.
Stupid rusted.
Like that
It
car,
was
it was a
not even-
2003, 4 years younger than my truck, and had about 5 times the rust.
Oh yeah. Cause I was just driving around in it in the quarry and
It had half the miles, 5 times
just-
the rust, and 4 years
shit
less.
just sticks, yo.
And it was surprisingly rusty.
Yeah, cause it got underneath that cover.
Yeah,
and it
all
just
that
stayed
plastic and all
There.
that.
It just stayed right there.
That's really what kills it.
Yeah.
Because I'm afraid that's going to happen to my Silverado because I just took it to a wash and I'm getting all the nooks and crannies, watching ice and snow fly out of everything. I'm like, what the hell?
Where did that come from?
Like towards the back end of the tailgate, I'm kicking it and I'm like kicked it. Like a fist-sized chunk of snow and ice came out of it. I'm like, okay then.
Yeah. No, you gotta watch that.
I'm like, that's spooky.
So I think that was the end of the car escapades.
Yep.
'Cause
Yeah.
now we're where we are currently with our cars.
Yeah.
Jeep.
Yeah, Henry's got a Jeep now.
Yeah.
So
And I've got
Happy
a new
times.
pickup truck.
I still have that Hyundai.
Oh, it's
One
good.
day.
It's good
It-
enough.
It's
One day.
surprisingly, yeah. If I'm what is it? If I'm not snowed in by a foot of snow, I'm good. Because it got messed up. Because okay, so last winter, we were working at the plant and we just had like a big parking lot that everyone would park in.
Yeah, it was
It was like towards the back of the plant.
literally any
From where
a bunch of people parked.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a parking lot.
But yeah, from where you drive in, you drive around the plant to the back, and then that's where the parking lot is. And at some point, we'd gotten into work. It was all right. Like, it was snowing, but it wasn't bad.
And then it got bad.
It got real bad. Like, we were...
real bad.
It was
That
pretty
was
much
when
a
they were getting a
blizzard.
foot of snow.
Right.
And
Yeah,
And
and
we-
4 hours, 5 hours,
Yeah.
we had a
Yeah,
foot of
and-
snow.
We were being asked to, like, shut out, like, by where our dryer was. Our dryer was.
before we left because
Right, before we left.
Dad said no, everybody can leave.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Like it was.
they were trying to figure out stuff for us to
It
do,
was
so they said,
fucking
hey,
steep.
go shovel
Yeah, no,
by
it
the
was
dryer.
bad.
and we would shovel, and not even 5 minutes would go by, and it's pretty much the
Back.
same amount of snow. We're just going back and forth, back and forth. Eventually, yeah, his dad calls us in. It's like, yep, we're just leaving for the day. This is not
Roads
worth
are too
it.
dangerous.
Right.
Yeah, no, yeah, the roads were pretty bad.
But yeah,
the next shift coming in.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so everyone was leaving, and it was and when I say a foot, I mean a legitimate foot of snow. Like people were grabbing shovels and having to dig themselves out. But when I tried getting out in a Hyundai that has like this much room at the bottom, because it's so low to the ground, it's resting like that.
Yeah, you got like 4 inches of ground clearance there.
I messed up my transmission trying to rev it up out of the snow, and B, I got stuck right before the exit getting out of the plant. So I had to drive it back to the plant and left it there until the next day when I was actually able to go in and drive it out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm surprised my Nissan was able to get out of that one.
Mm-hmm.
it's because you stomp on it. You're just
Reckless abandon, yeah.
Well, if you got traction, just don't stop.
Yeah.
If you're going, as soon as you stop, you're done.
Oh,
Yeah, because I think when me and Grant got to the gate, we stopped to like check both ways. We didn't move after we stopped on that day. So we were just, I got out, pushed Grant along to get him to go. I had to push myself along. Somebody pulled up in a Jeep and helped me push my car out. So that was nice. It was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
and me and Jory don't have cars that are meant for Minnesota snow.
No.
But
It's
they
honestly-
get us from point A to point B. So at this point, being how
It's good if
old
the
we
plows
are,
keep up on it.
right?
Yeah.
It's honestly surprising how many people don't have like 4-wheel drive or
Yeah.
all-wheel
There
drive
is a
cars
lot of-
around
there's a
here.
lot of
Yeah,
people.
there's a lot of that's why a lot of people get into wrecks up here.
Well,
Well, it's not that
and
bad.
then,
They're not that great of drivers.
There is a
anyways.
lot of idiots.
yeah.
Like they're terrible up here.
further south, it ain't too bad.
No,
Up here
over
it's
by
bad.
yeah,
Up here, it's bad.
Up here is bad.
Up near the cities, it's bad.
Hmm.
Where I'm at, it ain't bad.
No, it's not because you're kind of in a small town
Country
there,
areas, it's,
Yeah,
and
on
it's not
farmland.
really.
I'm really out
Oh, yeah, there was
farmland,
they
that-
honestly.
expect for anything like that.
There was that one time. I think that was when my tire was flat, and you were driving me around. There was that day that we were pulling into the apartment complex, and there were those guys that.
Oh yeah. When me and Matt were heading back to this is when when the three of us were living together. I turned off into the road that's like you're supposed to turn onto for their apartment. Dead in front of us, like probably 3 feet away. This fucking van slams into somebody else trying to turn into their driveway.
Oh yeah, it was like because there was the guy behind us in the turn lane. So Jordy was turning, he's getting through into the intersection, and the guy tried pulling through behind us and just zooming past. He crashes into the hill. And
These roads were not well plowed, so it's like people don't think to drive slower.
I think at some point I told Jordy just as a joke, I'm just like, why can't you just go faster? He's like, well, I don't want to fucking crash. And
then
literally at
literally-
that moment, another guy comes around, same spot, slide and slams into the first guy. He turns to me, he's like, yeah, I don't want to do that.
Because normally I do drive a bit faster than most traffic.
But
I
this
don't
was a-
like sitting there.
But this was also like 6 inches of snow still.
My car did not
Oh, yeah.
want to grab traction. Like when we were
After,
turning
like-
into that road, my car did not want to turn. It was just sliding.
After like 2 days after that blizzard had happened, there was still 4 to 6 inches. Like there were still cars getting stuck in the road.
Mhm.
Because
Oh,
how
yeah,
much snow
no,
it
it
was.
was-
Oh yeah, like it was ridiculous.
It's terrible.
But that's life.
So then, we
Passing
fast forward a
on.
little while, and really nothing really happened in between from like towards the end of winter till we started getting towards the end of the plant.
Yeah.
No.
Like nothing really happened. We just
Yeah, there's not much to tell about what happened at the plant.
we
but
did a lot of escape rooms.
we
Yeah,
found
I
a new
know how
hobby.
to escape
rooms.
We found a
Escape
fun
from-
new
We've
hobby.
become proficient with escape rooms.
That's a whole like hour-long conversation on its
Quotation
own.
marks on proficient because yes, we get out of most of them. We
We get
failed 3.
We get advantage
3.
because we've actually done a good amount
3?
of ones in this area.
Only 3.
3. Yeah.
But technically, one of them doesn't count because we were
Technically.
allowed to finish it, and it's the house one. I don't know if you were here for that
The
one.
House of Lindale.
Oh yeah, I was there for that.
Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I'm
the
pretty
issue
sure
is-
everyone was there,
The main
Yeah.
issue with that
I don't
one
think I
was
missed
that.
any.
It was Seth was there and Ruth was
other
there.
than like. a
Oh,
couple
yeah,
from
they
the
were.
initial ones we were doing.
Oh yeah, other than those.
The
Well, not-
ghost or whatever.
Now, see, the main issue with the one that we're talking about, it was called the House of Lindale, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the
well-
issue is that it was a legitimate house,
Yeah.
but there were 3 floors, and we were working with another group
I
of
think this was
people.
up to like 60. I'll
There
look
was
it up real
16
quick.
people.
You continue.
Yeah.
on,
Yeah, I
I'll
think
look
it was
up and
60.
see
So
what-
yeah, so it was our group. There were probably like 7 of us then in this
So-
group, and then there were another.
Was Jack there?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he was
I
there.
think we were all
Yeah.
there.
Okay, so
Yeah,
yeah,
we were all
everybody
and then
plus
Seth
Ruth.
and Ruth. And then we had another group of like 5 people that were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could
Random group
communicate.
we didn't know.
So we could communicate. I
Via
think we had walkies,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but there were only like 2 set. There were only 2 walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
it
a
wasn't-
lot. So if people were in, say, the same room, and someone went upstairs to find something, you have to yell through the house to get there. Then people are running around trying to get to those clues,
Yeah.
and then you got to go down to the
it's actually
basement.
pretty interesting.
It
Just
was
a little over the top,
it was over the top. There was so much room for us to be.
and it's unfortunately closing down now.
Yeah.
Is that one?
I
Yeah,
believe so. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's getting closed.
Yep, they're closing it.
I didn't read
Yeah.
why. I just saw that it was
March
closed.
3rd. That one will no longer exist.
No.
But it's like most escape rooms, you only have an hour.
Yeah.
This one you had 90 minutes.
Yeah,
we still ran over the time. But it's a
But I-
minimum of 5 people.
I think we
Yeah.
only went over
Mhm.
by like a couple minutes.
Yeah, it was like
it was.
5
We
minutes.
had it.
Yeah, I will say
like,
I
in
give
the
them
time almost.
Credit
I
where
guess-
credit's due.
Right.
It's a cool
I
concept.
give them
and it was
respect
like,
for
it
what
was
they were
really
going
well
for.
put together. It's just
Oh, it was. It was nice.
the
Too many
separation
people.
of it and like the amount of people you have with it. It just
Yeah,
gets
it
very
was-
complicated.
on paper, pretty cool. In practice, a little sloppy. But
Yeah.
what can you do? It's
Like most escape rooms are what we've been through have been like 3 rooms max.
right.
Yeah.
3 rooms, but
at
they're
least.
relatively small. They're on the
Yeah.
same floor, and you only have maybe between 4 and 8 people on
Yeah.
average, like an average group. You have 4 to 8
Yeah.
people between these 3, and it's relatively open. So you've got like pretty much a straight line of rooms. It's easier
Sometimes
communication
there's
between.
some that
Yeah,
are
just depends
just
on
like
where
off
it's
to the
at.
side, but you know.
Right.
Fucking yeah.
It's,
Another thing that sucked with the Lindale one is just like how cramped the rooms could be with the amount of people that
Oh
got
yeah,
put in
Yeah.
there.
there was not. Those were pretty
Yeah,
small.
we
Because there was like a room in the back where we could spread out, but then there was another
The
bedroom
basement was
upstairs.
rather big though.
The basement was big, but we couldn't see anything.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was completely
It was
pitch
terrible.
dark. But there were like 3 puzzles down there.
Mhm.
So we're doing these 3. Like one of them was doing it with a night vision camera. Another one was like putting your hand through, like doing like a
Put your hand
symbol
in the
puzzle.
hole,
Yeah, it was like a
things
symbol
out.
puzzle.
It's more of like one of those pitch black things where it's supposed to make it creep you out, and it worked pretty well for me.
Oh yeah,
I
100%.
think it worked for almost everyone.
Yeah, nobody wanted.
Nobody
to do that.
wanted to go down there.
I think everyone was terrified of that.
And I think someone had to go into a coffin. Someone had to get stuck in a coffin
Yeah,
to
that was
read
me.
one of the puzzles. Yeah.
I was in the coffin.
I remember that. I wasn't near it at
No,
any
I
point in
was-
time.
Mhm.
I don't think I have.
Yeah.
I went there by it a couple times, and I
Mhm.
never.
Yeah, nobody wanted to hop in the coffin.
No.
I went
Our-
downstairs
Put 'em in the
once, and I was
coffin.
just like, I don't know where the
Put 'em
fuck
in
I
a
am.
coffin.
Put him in coffin.
They have
I know.
And Dizzle.
I understand. Don't you fucking dare.
Put 'em in the coffin.
Oh,
Just fucking.
Jesus.
So yeah, we
set a
got an
record.
escape room kick.
Yeah, we did on one of the rooms.
We did set the fastest time in the Mall of America one.
With like the one that
Spec
they've
Ops.
Oh
recently.
yeah, that was like brand new though.
Yeah.
for there because it was already in Chicago.
Yeah.
Their escape room in
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah, we set the fastest
Okay.
time though.
And we
in
did
real
one
yeah.
for the missing pieces.
Missing piece. It was that jungle.
The
The
Indiana
jungle.
Jones basement.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that
Yeah.
one.
We did
Yeah,
that.
I think we did
It's
that.
not
like,
actually Indiana Jones to avoid copyrights, but
Right.
you know.
Yeah,
same
we-
concept.
Minnesota.
Same.
But it was like 30
Yeah,
minutes.
that is.
I think so. Yeah.
I
it's-
think it was.
Yeah, I believe it was Minnesota Jones or something like that.
Yeah, no, that was.
But yeah.
Yeah, it
Samples
was.
are-
Indiana, the state, Minnesota.
Get it? Get it?
Yeah.
It's a good joke. But yeah, we got on that kick.
The
for-
escape room kick,
Yeah.
and then
While we were working.
really nothing happened until
We were working so many hours. It was.
Raiders.
yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
name of that.
Yeah.
Well, that's the name of it, but
Yeah, the
Seth,
character.
but the
itself
character
Seth
was
was freaking. His mind was blown by that room. Like
Yeah.
Since mine is blown
think
by a lot of things.
To this day, that's his favorite though.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, I
that
think
was
so.
his favorite. There was a couple
So
that were
many.
really good
There's a
though.
lot, and there's a lot we can still do. Like,
Yeah, no,
Oh,
there's still a lot we can
100%.
do. It's just
Yeah.
There's so many.
financial reasons we can't.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
And then we fast forward to
Here.
no.
August, September. Yeah.
August,
August
yeah.
and then September. Yeah, I'm
No,
just
September.
remembering months.
August. Yeah,
Yeah,
August
September
was
was
kind of
first.
the,
Yeah. August is.
August
And
was
then
the point
August
where we
before
kind of
September,
knew.
right?
August started painting
Yeah.
August we were painting
We
all the
painted a
rails
lot. We painted
for 2 months
everywhere.
straight.
and volunteering at
Volunteering.
volunteering at
That's what I felt like I was doing the entire
Just
time I was
jerking
painting.
off.
Just like, this is stupid. This is wasting my time.
You got paid though.
The computer's in the perfect spot for that one too.
I'm glad. It's great.
But we still getting paid.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
Oh yeah.
We weren't working
So
the
it
hours.
was.
We weren't working the hours anymore. And then September, middle of September. No,
Yeah.
yep. Towards the end of it, September 22nd.
Yeah,
got
it
laid
was
off.
the.
September 22nd, we got laid off permanently.
Not because we were bad at the job, but because
No.
the plant just couldn't pay for it.
Yeah,
Pretty
no,
much.
The company we were working for couldn't pay anymore, so they shut
Yeah.
shut that plant
they
down.
couldn't lower their prices at all.
Yep.
Mhm.
So they.
It's unfortunate, but
Yeah.
It happens.
hey, that's how mafia works.
Cut
No, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You guys be putting That's How Mafia Works in subtitles somewhere. One of you two. You're the editors here.
Yeah. No, that was.
At least for the group channel, you're the editor.
And then
Uh,
at that point, for the next, I don't know.
we
Till
all
now.
got laid off.
Really?
Henry
Didn't
hasn't done
nothing.
anything
No,
really.
I have done nothing.
I've done nothing.
Jordy's really hasn't done anything. Matt's done a couple of things. I got a job at a construction company. Not even 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
It wasn't not even. Yeah, it was about.
And then you
a
got laid
week and
off, what, a month later?
I got laid off in November.
But seasonally.
So
Right,
it was,
it was a
it wasn't-
seasonal layoff.
yeah, it was a seasonal layoff. It wasn't
It wasn't done. and done.
termination.
But yeah, I worked there for a month and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, and then do we want to recap the debacle of actually getting the channel back?
Yeah.
I.e.
I-
yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Like a
Has anything?
2-hour fucking fight to figure out what
That
the
was-
fuck our login was.
Yeah.
No,
I was
it
gonna-
was.
yeah, I don't-
the
I don't
We
know.
got the
stupidest
password
thing.
right. I'll tell you that much. We just fucking forgot how to put in the email.
It was stupid. Like
We were
One.
missing numbers.
two.
Three. Kind of hard.
And yesterday, these guys were here talking,
Because
trying to get back into the channel's
Yeah.
YouTube, Google account,
Mm.
and they couldn't figure it out.
we
I
just
mean, you
couldn't.
guys,
Yeah, and we've been
We
talking
went through
about
like every password. We went through every password you would put in, every password he would put in, every password I would put in.
Yeah, we went through all that, and it was nothing.
It just didn't work.
Jordy started messaging me, asking me what I would put in.
He was time yelling.
Yelling. He was
He
yelling
was getting
at the
mad.
time.
Not at you, just that in general. I'm
I
just
know,
gonna
no,
say
I
it.
figured, I'm like-
we had like 3 epiphanies because
Yeah.
initially
Yeah.
when we started it, we weren't even close to the right email, and then Jordy said something
What email
about.
did you put in?
I think I was trying a couple of my emails.
Oh, different email.
Yeah, and then Jordy had said something about like the past stuff that I had done that reminded me of
Right.
the email. Actually,
The
kind
stuff
of
that's
was.
like tried
You're-
in right now.
Yeah, the original name of this channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Crazy Dragon Production.
Crazy Dragon Production.
So yeah,
Crazy Dragon Production.
Crazy.
All we were missing.
yeah. So
Just
yeah,
double
so we were
numbers.
going through that. We were trying to figure out what the hell the password was.
It was
And I had tried the password that it actually was like 3 times.
three. Yeah. it
But
was
because
three
of the
times.
email, it
Email
fucked up.
wasn't right, and you know, it
Our-
doesn't- your username or your password could be wrong. We won't tell you which one.
Yeah,
but
right.
Fuck you.
Yeah. So we just thought
Yeah,
it was
they
the
have no way of
password.
Yeah, we thought we
Yeah,
it was
just,
just the
we thought we
password.
just had forgotten the password completely.
So we were trying like
Normally
enter
that's what
the
happens.
password.
Right, and then all of a sudden I started getting messages.
Yeah.
I was doing stuff, and I was like in between doing things. And
We also tried several different recovery emails. We tried a couple of Matt's. We've tried mine. And then I sent
did
one
one
to
of
him.
mine.
We actually sent an email to YouTube because we were so frustrated that we couldn't find a
A
number.
strongly
we
worded
couldn't
letter.
find the right forum to look at. It was
yeah,
just
no, it was
we
because
legit sent
Jordy
an
was
email.
trying to call him
Because you wrote it
because
down.
there was
you had
no
to email
number
him.
No.
for
was-
YouTube.
Yeah, we
There's no number. There was no way to like talk to somebody. I
tried
wanted to talk
tweeting
to
to
an
them.
actual person.
Oh
Yeah.
no, we tried emailing them.
Yeah.
They didn't have an email, so we
They
tried
didn't.
tweeting at them.
And
we
and
couldn't-
DM'd them.
couldn't
So
tweet
it was
them.
like, well, fuck that avenue just kind of.
Oh, good lord.
So yeah, an hour and a half later, we call him, like
Yeah.
actually call him,
Yeah,
Yeah.
call
and
him.
we're talking about it.
Like,
And at
what-
some point, he's like, well, like I
I'm
remember.
like, I'm in here now. I go on to YouTube and I just switch accounts to the GRS YouTube. I'm like, I'm here.
we were just.
I was like,
amazed.
I don't see what.
He was further than us.
I was like,
Yeah, he was already on.
I don't see what you guys are having a problem with here.
Fucking me, YouTube great again. Fucking.
Fuck you.
I was like, I don't know why you guys are having an issue. I'm like permanently logged into it,
Yeah.
but I couldn't change any settings. Couldn't do anything.
So,
Other than
Because it was technically under mine. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
'cause
the
he's the
information was-
master.
It was.
He is the owner of it, and
Oh.
then I am a manager. Is how
Manager.
YouTube puts it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how
So-
YouTube puts it in their system is manager, owner, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
So I couldn't change anything. I wasn't actually in the Google account for it.
No.
I was just in my account that had manager access of that account.
Yeah.
So I could just switch back and forth between my own personal
Yeah, I
YouTube
just
channel
don't
and that
understand
channel.
why Matt couldn't go on to it since he's the owner of it.
Right. Well, the one thing was that I had a little business class computer when we were actually doing videos. I had a completely different computer.
Mm.
So that login that I was using on that computer, it never transferred over. I never logged in using the one I have now. So
Right.
that was never saved. But he was still using the computer that he was using now. Like he's using that
Yeah, I
computer now.
switched between two computers, and that's about it.
Mm.
Actually, I've been through 3 computers now, but my more recent ones where I was actually doing editing and stuff like that. My current computer is the one I was doing a lot of the editing on for that channel and my own channel at the time.
Right.
I was already logged in, and I was logging into mine, and because my account has that manager access, I don't know why you were. Maybe it's a different one of your accounts. I don't know.
Beats me.
That's probably
know.
you probably had the original. That original email is that one, and that was the one you were using, and then you had another email for your other channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the current email for your channel specifically is the recovery email for the group channel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Because
Yeah.
on top of your number, I think what it said when we were recovering it and logging in, it was like recovery email, and then it was your actual email that you
Yeah.
use on a daily basis.
Well, it was just saying put in any email that you can use to get it. But it was stupid because they have you put in that email, they give you a code for it, and then afterwards it'd be like, okay, thank you for verifying this is an email address you use. However, you still can't get into your account.
Yeah, that was a stupid.
Again, it was just because numbers. We just
It was
literally
interesting.
forgot numbers.
Yeah.
Long story short, we got in, so
that's why you can see this video.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
We spent
we could have made this video, and I still could have done it and uploaded it,
Yeah. Still.
but we had no real other
we had no way.
control.
Yeah, we have no way of
over
changing
the
our
rest.
settings. Nothing.
No.
We couldn't change any settings, passwords, names,
No.
nothing.
It was
Right.
literally nothing.
We could change the YouTube account.
Yeah.
We didn't
At
get
some
I
point,
can
at some
control
point, we
that.
were losing hope. We're like, did we just make a new channel?
Make a new channel,
Like,
and then at some point, we tried to delete
yeah, I was the.
our channel.
I
Yeah, we were
had
trying
a
to
whoosh
delete it
moment
so we
because I'm
could get,
like,
like-
yeah,
so we can get the name back because I wanted to keep the name at the very least.
right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we would have lost all the videos. That would have sucked, but
I suggested like,
What's
hey,
that
can we
happen?
delete the YouTube channel so we just make a new channel under the same name
Right,
and just
the same
restart
name.
over? What I didn't think about is that you actually have to be in your account.
Logged in
to
to be able
delete
to
it.
delete your YouTube
So
account.
Yeah,
that was like
we
2
tried.
minutes.
Like we
That
clicked
was
on
2
it,
minutes of
then
time
we
where
clicked
it's
another
like, oh,
thing,
got an idea.
and then they were like,
No,
you have to be
doesn't
signed
work.
in.
Yeah.
all I
But-
know is the
That makes
YouTube help
sense.
center
But-
isn't too helpful.
That is
No.
to emphasize that we tried like literally every option. Like we were thinking of anything.
It was.
Yeah. And then they finally got into it, and it was like, yay!
We were-
Sean, get over here. We're making videos. No,
Yeah, pretty much.
maybe tomorrow.
Yes,
and,
tomorrow.
and then it's
I.e. tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow. Sean, are you coming? Maybe. And then it was radio silence for me for all day today, pretty much.
I believe your exact
Well,
phrasing was.
I knew you had
I
something.
guess.
Well, it was maybe, and then in another chat it was I guess,
That I spent like I think half an hour looking for.
which I guess usually for me it means yeah, more than likely.
Yeah.
And it was.
We knew you had at least something to
I had stuff to do. Yeah.
do, so it wasn't gonna be right away.
I think that's the biggest thing that's changed is that we've actually needed to become adults. So
Right.
doesn't mean we're always acting like adults.
We done
Right.
growed it up.
But we are
You
officially
We have not
adults now.
changed like personality wise.
No.
Physically, we're 21,
We are 21.
22.
But
23.
responsibility wise, we've grown
20
up, and
numbers. Right.
age wise, we've grown up.
More responsibilities, but we can do more stuff. I mean,
Yay,
Who's
money!
22?
Is it
Oh,
Jordan's
Jordan's
23.
23?
Yeah, he's
That's right. You just turned 23.
He's an old
just in
guy.
December.
Yeah.
For a second, you're like,
I don't remember.
You're like,
the
did
age.
I?
I've stopped paying attention.
Wait a second.
I'm born in '95. I know my birthday. That's it. That's all I need. That's all people
95.
need. Whenever
It's
you're
been a
filling
year,
something
so-
out,
I forgot there's a 2-year difference there between me and you two are the same.
Yeah, we're the same.
I thought you were a
and then
year older, and then it was him, and then it was us.
No, me and
No, he's-
Jordy are the.
months older. That's it.
Yeah.
We are 10 days apart.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
I get these two mixed up.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
trying to think of whose birthdays.
Yeah. Because they're so close together.
Right. But I will say me and Jordy at least, we've been talking about like going back and trying to do videos again for a couple weeks now.
I've enjoyed doing this type of thing.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
So
Yeah.
It's
So
a fun
that's just
hobby
another-
at the very least.
yeah. So that's another tidbit. It wasn't just like, okay, yesterday we talked about it and then now we're doing it. It's been something that we've wanted to get back into. So that's just letting you guys know that we have been thinking about this. We've been thinking about
Yeah.
the audience we've got.
Hell, it was crossing my
we've
mind like when
retained.
we were working too.
Oh,
It's
I was
like I
gonna say.
wanted to do a lot of
I was
recording.
gonna say we haven't not said anything about it
No.
for the past 3 years.
No,
We've
we
been-
wanted to come back to it. We just never either had the time, money, or
yeah.
anything. It
We
was just
did
like the
talk
time-
about it at work. It
Yeah, we-
wasn't
yeah.
like.
We have been talking about this for the past 3 fucking years that we've been.
Yeah,
that
pretty
we've been
much.
We
not
always
doing
never-
anything.
We kept thinking about new ideas that we could do.
Because we were like, yeah, we have the money, now we have no time, but eventually we'll get the time. And we were getting there.
we
were
were
getting
getting
close.
close. We were so close, and we could have.
And now we really got the time and no money.
No, we're back at this point.
So, as you
Yeah.
can see, we've got a. How much was this?
It's like
Matt.
$60.
A blue Yeti?
No,
No.
it's a blue snowball.
Snowball.
Is the official word.
Snowball.
So yeah, that was like $65.
And this is a table from work.
A blue
Yes, it
snow.
is.
We got a blue snowball mic.
We've got
An
Henry's laptop.
ancient MacBook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty old Mac.
A plastic
then
table.
I had to like resuscitate back to life because this thing was virused to hell and back.
A plastic table. And then a phone duct taped to a tripod. As you can see here in this photo.
As I look over, it's just zoom in. Zoom in. The glare goes away. It's just the fucking tape on it.
I should have looked over at that.
We have a phone duct taped to a tripod.
Yep.
We have a good camera. We just don't have a charger for the batteries.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we have a camera that works, but the resolution on it sucks.
So.
So
Square.
it's a square. I mean, we're probably gonna link our personal channels and stuff like that at the bottom. Something like
Because
that.
I'm going back to doing that stuff. I'm going
Yeah.
back to recording my
Yeah.
stuff again.
You keep doing all the comment descriptions and all that shit. And that's what you were doing before.
All right, okay, so yeah, then they'll all be down there. But the latest
Down
video
there.
down there in the description. But the latest video that I did, it was just a video that I did kind of, I did it because I had the idea, I had time, I wanted to do it. But when I was putting it in Adobe Premiere, it was not fitting the resolution of like a normal YouTube video. So I had to blow it up. And now when you look on it on YouTube, it is public, so you can watch it. But when you pull it up, it's a legit square. It's like 4x3
Yeah.
instead of the 16x9.
Probably 640 by 480.
It's
Yeah.
garbage. It's garbage.
That's garbage.
That camera's also like, maybe like 5-6 years old, so it's not the highest quality.
Yeah, it's
but
probably 640 by 480, which is a 4x3 aspect ratio.
yeah,
so.
it's not the quality at least I would want. Like if I was just putting the videos up,
Because isn't that why we
sure.
stopped using that camera, because it was overheating for one, and then two, it just stopped recording at 720,
It
1280 by 720.
we stopped using the cam, yeah,
Might
because
have
it would cut out at 20 minutes, and
Yeah.
it didn't record to the quality of the resolution we wanted.
Right.
But when we were using your that little flip camera,
Yep.
it shot at 60 frames per second, but it would overheat constantly,
Beautiful.
and we would keep losing footage because it would overheat and turn
Yeah.
off. So yeah, we've digressed to a phone camera instead of a camera that could actually mount to the tripod, but
There we go.
good phone camera.
That's fucking
Yeah.
better.
Hey,
So-
what's the difference between a $600 camera and a $600 phone
No.
camera? They're pretty good, but
I
either
wanna
way.
see this.
Yeah.
It's decent either
I want
way.
to see
Yeah.
the wavelengths a little.
I would just like to.
Oh,
I would just
okay.
like to
I
not
see.
have to
Dunk
to jerry rig my phone every time we're recording the podcast.
Ah.
Did you look at that
If
on
you-
Amazon?
On it, all the charger.
Yeah.
Not yet. No.
Okay.
I can look at it afterwards, but yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
looked yet. So that's a quick goal right now, a short term goal.
What?
Is to either get the DSLR working
Oh,
or get a better camera, or get like a newer camera. So
pretty much.
That's one of those. We'll see.
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. Because again, we do want to get dual roll of things, but one thing to keep in mind is that we will not do daily videos.
Oh God, no.
We can't get daily videos out because because of you being far away.
Yeah, I live
And-
too far away. I won't be able to keep getting in on this as often as I would like, or as you guys would like me to be in on this. Gaming videos, not a problem.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
gaming
could do
videos will
that.
be a little easier to do for us.
Yeah.
But like
It's
stuff like
transferring
this is
the
gonna be difficult.
yeah, getting together for it all will be difficult, but and then transferring files and footage and all that good shit, that's gonna
That's
I
gonna
don't know what the
be.
easiest way to do that would be.
Google Drive.
Google Drive, Dropbox,
Yeah.
one of the two.
Yeah, Google Drive. You get more space with Drive.
And B, because when we set up the schedule to have like a video every day, that was a recipe for disaster.
Mhm.
With
For
with-
newbies.
yeah, for new people trying to do have a YouTube
Yeah,
regular schedule.
video every day, but we had no idea what we were gonna be doing. We were
We had
still
no idea.
figuring out stuff. We're like,
We
oh
had no-
yeah, we got this series. Can it? Well, we got this series. Can
Eh,
it?
can't.
And we got this series that ran for like 5 episodes. Can it? That's
Pretty
pretty much what it was because we got tired of it
We had
too
no
quickly.
no experience, not enough people to
Trial and error.
to fit that workload, and just the mental stress of trying to get a video out every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a big workload for us. Mainly, I was the only editor. I mean, Matt would help out here and there when he could.
But I was
I didn't try
Okay, that's
anything
right.
for the
I was
channel, 'cause
inexperienced.
My edits are literally the bare minimum possible.
It's
Like,
just
if you
jump
look at
cuts.
if you look at any of my videos on my channel, like I try not to cut anything out because mine are like trying to be full walkthroughs. So I try to show most of my failures. The only times you'll see me cut things is when I know it's going to be a boring, long, tedious task, like the fucking pinball portion
Pinball.
in Psychonauts, or me dying 7 times in a row in Resident Evil, which you will see in some of the new episodes I have out.
Yeah, for a lot of different reasons. Again, because if we want to like continue to do this on a regular basis, we got to be at least somewhat smart about it, and not be too overzealous about it.
Yeah.
We don't
I
wanna
try
burn
to do a
ourselves
video every
out.
day. Right.
Yeah, because we were going over to Sean's house like almost every day.
Yeah, it was
Right.
like
Just
every
trying to push
single
out
At
day.
some
some
points, we would just stay there.
Yeah,
like
you guys
stay there.
for a couple of days here and there, and then
Yeah, we'd go home for a day.
we'd
maybe
record
come
a
back.
whole bunch of shit, and then
Like,
I'd
a whole
have
bunch
to
of
edit. I was editing for like 6 to 8 hours one day,
Right.
Yeah.
trying to make like 7 videos for the week.
Yeah.
Because we were young, so we really couldn't hire personal editors to do shit like that. We didn't have
we're
the
still not
income
gonna
to
do
do
that.
that. No, we're not.
We're still not
No
gonna do
reason to.
that.
Probably not.
We have no reason to.
No.
Yeah, we're not pushing out.
We're not big.
We're not trying to.
We're
put
not
it
making
out.
money.
We're
off
not
of
big.
this.
No.
We're not making money off this.
This is
We're
more.
competent to do it ourselves.
Yeah, this is more just for shits and giggles,
Yeah.
just to do it.
Right. And
We're
even
sharing
about it
our
now,
life.
yeah, even thinking about it now, I feel bad putting all of that effort on just Sean. So if
You know.
if we have a idea of what videos to do consistently, then it will definitely be split, and having a lighter schedule will allow us to do it on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
But,
For now, it's just gonna
But
be
for
kind of
now.
all over the place, and
right.
there'll be
Probably a
video
podcast
here,
here
and
and
then
there.
there'll be a video here, and then maybe a gap, maybe a gaming video, just kind of thrown on there.
Right.
There's really no rhyme or reason to what the videos will be, or when they will be, or where they will be.
Yeah.
One thing I'd like to do at least consistently is try to do the podcast consistently.
Yeah.
If there's one thing to do, and then the gaming video is like pretty much everything else we do is sporadic. It's when we can do it, when we can edit it, when we can upload it.
You know, at the very least, you'll be out here weekly anyway.
Yeah, for now, until the bowling thing is done.
Which is
Yeah.
March.
Yeah, something like that.
By the way, these three are in the league.
Yep.
In bowling.
Mm-hmm.
Bowling.
We're pretty okay.
Bowling.
We're mad decent. We're mad decent.
I show up
Man.
as support, and sometimes I fill in for people that can't show up.
Mhm.
I'm not good.
You're mad decent. We all mad decent.
Mad decent.
Well, these two are stupid good.
I'm
Sometimes.
trying not to.
Sometimes.
Sometimes they fall
Sometimes
off
there's
a
an
cliff.
off day.
Whoa.
just-
Just the third game, okay? Just
We'll
the
just
third
the
game.
third game.
Here, we'll throw in that word, the wonderful lawyer word, allegedly.
Great word. It's useful.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our idea for now. But yeah, that is what we want to do, is do this again. You know,
Hopefully,
Start
in
doing
some
things that
capacity.
happen.
Semi-consistent, nah, just
semi-consistent to we'll get videos when we can.
yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Right now, it's we'll get it when we can.
Right.
Yeah, right now it's definitely like it's not gonna happen. Like we're not gonna have any type of schedule type thing. Like yes,
No.
it'd be great if we could do the podcast schedually, but things are gonna come up.
Yeah.
Like we're still trying to get ourselves set up life wise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I would
Because
love
again,
to continue
we're adults
doing all
now.
this stuff.
So
we have a lot of responsibilities, and then we're all kind of fucking broke.
Yeah, I'll be trying to
we're
do
on
shit
a
with my
bad
channel.
spot right now.
My shit's
But-
gaming with no face cam, so
I mean,
if you're just
but
watching me
that
play
is
video
what.
games.
But I mean, we're happy to get your support. If you really want us to do this stuff again, like we appreciate any support that we get.
leave a comment down below. No, we're not gonna do that.
Hit that like button.
Smash that like button.
Can we get 50,000 likes?
That 50.
Lord. Also, the person that watched the Six Flags video, who the fuck needed to brush their teeth? I still want to know.
That was like 2 years ago.
It's probably Justin.
Because his face was in the middle of the screen most of that video, most of that car ride video.
Yeah.
I'm just curious because it irks because like we asked,
Or it
and then
might
he's
have
like
been me.
he made the comment later. It's like I posted this a year ago. I did answer the question.
No.
We still want to know. Still funny.
It is what it is.
I'd love to hear from you.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
And then for the
I just found it funny.
burger,
Grand Theft Burger.
there was a comment saying that it was a good idea.
Yeah, leave a bunch of those. Like we need the self-esteem boost.
Yeah.
Because we ain't giving it to ourselves. That's for
No.
damn sure.
That
But yeah.
was just like a thing that just
Questions,
went.
comments, concerns, complaints, insults. Leave it all in the comments. I really don't care.
Yeah, if you
Sometimes
definitely have questions, we can
Yeah.
definitely answer them on this podcast thing.
Yeah.
We'll definitely answer anything you guys want to know.
Yeah.
If we can answer it, I should say.
if,
Yeah.
if you're gonna leave insults, make them funny.
Yes.
Make it funny or don't type them.
we
Just don't.
we insult each other on a daily basis. I
Oh.
don't know if you could beat some of the shit we've said to each other.
Probably.
Probably not.
You don't know us personally, so you got no dirt on us. You know,
No dirt.
you got your mama jokes, and that's about it.
Your mama jokes, fat jokes.
Fat,
I haven't
skinny
heard-
fat jokes,
I
ugly
haven't
jokes.
heard one of those in a long
Ugly
time.
jokes.
If you're gonna make a comment on this, I've heard everything already.
There's not much you can say that would base ourselves on that one.
Captain Halfbeard.
I've heard almost every type of skinny joke.
You know,
Yeah.
has a unibrow, somewhat of a beard, cries when he talks. Sounds like he's about to cry when he talks.
Greatest description for Henry ever. Sometimes.
But yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
that's really pretty much it for this. That was a recap of that was
Of
like
our
almost 2
whole-
hours of recap.
yeah.
2 hours
There
of
were
recap
4 years
of
4 years of our life.
4 years
years.
of missing.
Right.
But yeah, we won't ask. We won't be like subscribe, hit the bell, blah blah blah. We're not gonna do that, are we?
No.
Maybe it's gonna be kind of mix and match. Like we'll be like, if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't.
What
Yeah.
Show your
what I
support
usually
if you
say
do enjoy this.
What I,
Yeah, if
what
you
I
do
usually
enjoy
say
it,
is
then-
do the YouTube things because the YouTube things literally encapsulate liking, sharing, subscribing, all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I try to leave it like that so that you just say do the YouTube things and they all know what it means. They know the context of it. So
Yeah, I mean, if they don't, and if they enjoy
If they,
it,
if
you
they,
know,
yeah, if you guys honestly enjoy it, then you're gonna do what you want to do. If you didn't
right,
enjoy it,
and it's not gonna be.
we can't stop you, and you're gonna do what you want to do anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna be that annoying gaming video channel. Thanks everybody for watching, and everybody hit that like button, hit the subscribe
Right
button,
button.
blah,
Hit the
blah.
bell.
that notification bell.
Hit that
Ring
bell.
that bitch.
Some of those I feel like they're really annoying.
No, yeah, they
stuff
get
like
really
that, and it's just
annoying
like,
about it.
meh. You subscribe, you don't. You like it, you dislike it, you dislike it.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Because it'd probably be easy not to like us.
And we read the comments because right now there really aren't any.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
but
71
No,
people
you
subscribe
are
to us.
on this. You are in the
Is
spotlight.
this
anyone.
It's on the channel.
Yeah, he's on
Yeah,
the
we've got, yeah, we've got 71.
shit?
Hold on, let me go back to
Well, we did have 78. So
Yeah, we
we
did.
lost 7, but yeah, we're at 71.
For
71
4
subs.
years of being absent, I will just say thank you for that. For keeping it above 70.
I mean, for that first year, I mean, I'm glad I'm surprised we made it to 70.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I think at some point we had said
shockingly,
100.
I think if we kept up, we probably could have kept growing.
Yeah, we
I'd
could've.
say so.
We could.
But unfortunately, life
Life
happened.
hits you in the.
Life hit us like a truck.
life comes at you
I think-
fast.
I think at some
100%.
point we had said we wanted to get to 100 as like a first milestone, and
Yeah.
we didn't get to it. But again, life happened.
Oh, I thought we
you
did
know,
get to 100.
No,
No,
we
we-
close. 70 was
No.
our highest.
We
Yeah,
hit
was it
78.
highest?
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, holy crap for keeping it that high, and I mean people probably forgot.
You probably
about us.
subscribed and then
And then forgot.
never unsubscribed
Forgot.
because.
Yeah.
But hey, the fact that you
But
did-
hey, if this shows up in your subscription box, that's surprising. YouTube algorithm is
the
Garbage.
YouTube algorithm
YouTube
is
It's like that,
garbage.
actually. It's exactly like that.
It's
It just
gonna
don't
work,
work.
and then
It
it
don't
just
work.
takes a nosedive.
Story of our life. It don't work.
It just don't work. Another thing, if you guys
But that would actually
want to
kind
see
of
a
help.
series back? I
If
mean,
you want to,
Yeah, there was a
again,
couple
I mean,
series.
shit, the co-op
The co-op
Wow.
was
is our
good.
most popular
That
video.
was
If you guys
honestly
wanna
pretty
see-
funny.
if you guys want to see Nutball again,
No.
I'll be more than happy to.
I'll get the duct tape.
I may have
fucking
won, but no.
It was a close race. All 3 rounds were a close race on that. They all went to duct tape, and they were all painful.
Yeah.
So,
I'm glad I was not there.
Alrighty.
yeah,
I'd say we wrap this up.
we'll wrap it up.
It's time to wrap this up.
But-
Thank you everybody for joining. Whoever is watching, if you're watching,
For the first episode back,
welcome back.
a true hiatus, but
Yeah.
we have returned.
That's one hell of a hiatus.
Yes, it is.
We died and came back. I'm back from the dead, bitches.
That's a good story. That's a good
That's a
story.
good
At some
story.
point, we have to recap some of those stories.
We'll cover that
We got a lot of
maybe in the
stories.
next one.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, because that was in.
Illinois.
That was in Illinois.
That was
It
before.
was pretty close.
That was after.
That was right in the middle of the timeline.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We
Well,
could
not,
have
the,
done that.
not the middle. The timeline was the moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But this is a whole other timeline between hiatus and moving.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
major timeline was just us getting to where we are now.
Mhm.
But yeah, thank you everybody for joining us here on
Yeah.
the what the hell is this called?
Players
The
disconnected.
Players
That's what it
Disconnected.
is. Episode 8.
Yeah,
Yep.
we've gone through 3 different names for this
EP8.
podcast.
I think so, yeah. Because we
I
just
think
called
one
it.
of them just wasn't a name at all. It was just like,
Yeah, it was just
it was just whatever you
It
guys
was
were
a
talking about.
podcast.
It was just the
Wasn't
podcast.
Was it?
Yeah,
it was just the
podcast
podcast.
title.
I
'Cause
don't
when-
think I
yeah.
can look at it. I think those ones are privated.
And then it was Enter Gamers
The
podcast.
Enter Gamers podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we switched to the Players Disconnected. And that's
where we
what we have. So yeah, thank you guys. Do the YouTube things
Yeah.
down there.
If you,
The
if you
thingy things.
you know what to do.
You know what to do.
If you show your support, show your support. Constructive criticism, go ahead and leave it in the comments. Non-constructive criticism, go ahead and leave it in the comments.
Make it funny.
I appreciate every insulting comment that comes my way.
Yeah.
Because if you comment, that means you're interacting with us, which means signal boosting.
Ew.
Working
Hey,
that out,
any publicity is good publicity.
Exactly.
Thank you, Jordy.
No problem.
Yeah.
I
All
think
right.
And
We appreciate you guys, and
Yeah.
we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.